I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing this fun green cut crease. I was completely inspired by Nikkietutorials. I will post the look that I was inspired by on the screen. Originally, I was going to completely recreate the look. However, I don't even have the palette that she used, and I don't have little crystals like she used. So I just kind of put my own spin on it. It is very similar though. But yeah, she was my inspiration. I love her. She's so talented, and I always love all her looks. So yeah, if you want to learn how to get this green eyeshadow look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so obviously I have a good portion of this eye done, and we're gonna start on this eye. Yes, I already do have foundation, bronzer, and blush on, as well as my brows filled in. I wanted to put the emphasis on the eyes, and I basically have been doing the same foundation routine for a couple of months now. I go between the Makeup Revolution foundation or the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear foundation, and I don't really switch it up, so I didn't feel the need to share that part. But I did just prime my eyes with the P. Louise base in Rumor 1, and I'm just gonna pat over my eye with a little sponge to get rid of any creasing. And then we're gonna get started. So for my first eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking the Juvias Zulu palette. I'm gonna be taking this color here, and I'm just gonna really load up my brush with that color. And I'm going to place this in my crease, like right above where my eye naturally folds. And I'm just gonna wiggle this back and forth until I am satisfied with the pigmentation and all of that. I'm going to slowly start bringing it in here in this inner corner. And you're going to have to keep going back in and with the color. You know, this always takes time, it takes patience, but if you want it to look good, you're going to have to keep kind of going back in with the color. So when I get to this outer corner, I am going to flick it out a little bit because I want kind of that wing cut crease situation. So yeah, you're gonna have to kind of flick it out. Kind of like that. Just like when you get out here, just kind of go like back like this, back and forth like that. And that will kind of give you that winged out eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna kind of start working on blending the outer parts of this eyeshadow out. Okay, so now I want to deepen up this crease. So you just want to take a dark green eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take the darkest green from the James Charles palette, but any kind of darker green is gonna work. So I'm just loading that up on my brush. I did tap off the excess because I don't want it to fall on my foundation. But now at the bottom of that teal color that we applied, I'm just gonna work this into the crease. And you will see it's just gonna start deepening up that crease area. Again, once you get to this outer corner, just kind of wing it out. And of course you're going to want to be a little bit more careful since we're using a darker color. When you get to the outer corner, you're just going to want to be a little bit more careful when you're winging it out because you don't want it to be too pigmented out here and not look blended. Okay, so now going in with another brush. I'm just going to go in with the first color that we used from the Zulu palette. And I'm just going to kind of layer this at the top area here and just use this. Instead of going in with like a lighter version of this shade, I'm just going to use this shade and blend it up towards the brow to give that faded blended effect. I mean, obviously if you have like a lighter teal shade that is similar to what the kind of look that I'm going for, then obviously that would work. But I just think at this point it's easiest just to use the shade that I was using and just kind of blend it out together. So now I'm gonna take the eyeshadow base again, and I'm going to load up my little concealer brush here, and I'm going to cut the crease. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna look straight and just stamp, like make like a little guide for where I want the lid area to end. And then once I have like somewhat of a guide, I'm gonna go ahead and just start filling in that area with the eyeshadow base. I definitely recommend, when you do looks like these, to do both eyes at the same time. It's really hard to do one cut crease and then try and match it to the other eye afterwards, because it's just like, I don't know, it's hard, especially for me because this eye has two creases, like it has like two folds, so it's difficult. Okay, so I think I got it even as it's gonna get. So let's move on to the lid color. So for the first part of my lid, I'm actually gonna be using the Nicole Guerrio Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour, or Highlight Kit rather. And I'm gonna be taking the color Forever Lit because I want like an icy, shimmery color. So I'm gonna take this color. So I'm gonna take that color and just kind of pat it onto the inner corner of my lid. Okay, now I'm going to mix two Juvias Place shadows together. So I'm going to be taking the lime green from the Zulu palettes, and then I'm gonna mix in a little bit of this color from the Magic Mini palette. So the one from the Magic Mini palette is more of like a greenish gold color, and the one from the Zulu palette is like a true lime green. So I'm just gonna mix those two together. And this is just gonna go on the center of my lid. You can see it's such a pretty color. And then I'm gonna go back in with the Forever Lit color and just kind of mesh the two colors together. Okay, and now I'm gonna take this color and this color from the Magic Mini. I'm just gonna mix these two together. It's like a teal and then like a shimmery darker green. And this is just gonna go on the outer part of the eye. And you're gonna kind of wing it out as well. So I know Nikki did like the white liner throughout the entire crease, and I love that look. However, it's kind of difficult for me, even though I've done it in the past, it is kind of difficult for me to do that because especially on this eye, I have two creases. Like I have a little flap here and a little flap here. So it kind of gets messed up whenever I do it. So I think I'm just gonna focus it on the, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna do it like right on the outer part of my eye, and then we'll see, we'll go from there. I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna focus it on the outer part of my eye. To activate these Suva Beauty liners, you want to wet them, so I'm just spraying them with my like facial spray, and I'm just gonna kind of work it into the product. This always makes me nervous whenever I do this because this can really ruin a look, but I'm just gonna try and do it right on the outer corner. see, I just kind of did it out here. I'm still gonna perfect it a little bit, but I actually like it better than bringing it all the way in. I like how it's just like a little accent right on the outer corner. So before I go ahead and do this eye with the whites, I just want to go in with a little pointed blending brush with the dark green, and I just want to darken up this outer area just a little bit. So again, going in with the white liner, I'm just going to test it out in the back of my hand. The reason why I do this is I just want to make sure it's a good consistency and not too like slippery and watery. Wish me luck. So I'm just kind of fanning this off so it dries because I don't want it to transfer or anything. Since my eyes are hooded, that can definitely happen. Okay, now moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to take the darkest green and mix it with the green from the Zulu palette that we used. And I'm just going to apply that on the outer corner of the lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to do the same mixture of shadows that I used for this center part of my lid, and I'm going to put that right next to the dark color. And I'm also going to spray it with like a setting spray or something to kind of make it wet. Then I'm just taking the Forever Lit color again, and I'm going to put this on the inner corner as my inner corner highlight. Okay, so I know Nikki used crystals on her cut crease part just to add a little bit of sparkle. I don't have tiny little crystals, I only have big ones. So I think I'm actually going to apply these little gold stars that I have. I got these off of Amazon, so I think I'm going to apply them along the cut crease, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna start applying these. This is probably gonna be a little time consuming. Obviously you don't have to do this, but it just adds a little something to the look. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply wing liner, falsies, and I'll be back to finish up the face and the lips. Okay, moving on to lips, I'm gonna take the Colourpop Lippie Pencil in Taurus, and this is just like a dark brown. Then taking the Ultra Satin Lip in Littlestituous, I don't know what it's called. It's this color by Colourpop. And then I'm gonna take this by Milani. This is called Nude Touch. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's look. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. And yeah, hit the like button as well if you liked the video, and I will see you in my next video.